Here we go, Cowboy Crazies. It's been a little while since we've talked to you. Back again is your host, Austin Guerrero. Alongside me is Co. Just a quick pregame chat before, week one of the NFL season. Starting off opening night, Thursday, prime time. Co, what are your initial thoughts on the game?
Before we get into us, it's football season, baby. Fall weather. College football just started. We're getting opening NFL. We get that prime time Super Bowl champs. I'm excited, man. My whole mood has changed right now. I'm excited. Got the jersey on. I'm ready to go. I feel like we really have a good showing tonight. I really do. What's your take?
I mean, back it up a little bit, like you said, we've kind of gotten flirted with the last couple weeks with college football and watching like
Hmm.
some high quality week 0, week 1 games, starting off with Texas, in Ohio State, and then now just getting into real ball with NFL. Like to be on prime time as the Dallas Cowboys, I'll be pretty sweet. Like I know we're playing the Super Bowl champs, but division rival, it's a toss up game. Those division games, like we know everything about Philadelphia. They
Oh,
know
for sure.
everything about us. Like I'm just pumped. I'm amped up. So I think initially I like your thoughts of like being like I hope we play well, but it really just comes down to what Shoddy brings to the table as new head coach, and um, are we going to be a ground and pound team? Are we going to come try to air raid? But I don't
Hmm.
know. What do you think?
Yeah, all BS aside, it's time, right? All the off season, everything's we got our 53 man, and we're ready to go. So I guess my first question is 8.5. You like the line? Is it too much? I feel like that's too many points.
Giving us 8.5's a lot. Like if I'm a betting guy, I'm hammering 8.5.
Oh
Right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
And then if you think about alternate spreads, like some people like to get into the alternate spreads, you can get like Cowboys plus 11.5 or up to like 14.5, which is 2 touchdowns for like still minus 220. So
Right.
if you're trying to throw, $50 down on something easy, that's easily that way. But initially 8.5, I think we stay within 8.5 for sure. Because I think, like you said, I think we have something to prove. We hadn't brought it up yet, but obviously the big trade, in the last couple of weeks of getting rid of Micah
Hmm.
Parsons to the Packers. I got a hot take. I'm fine with it. Like I think it's gonna come back. It might not initially start our way. You know what I mean? But like people are gonna be like, oh, that's stupid. He's one of the best sack, edge rushers and leading
Hmm.
sack guys in the league. But we traded for valuable draft picks that we're still, I think, gonna go out and get some players. At the end of the day, you need more than one guy to win games. And I think at this time it ran its course, unfortunately, with Jerry and him. They just had different feelings on, how they wanted to move forward. We got a valuable asset in Kenny Clark back. Like Kenny Clark's no joke. He's a veteran. He's played. He's an interior lineman. And if watching us, knowing us, we struggled against the run the past few seasons defensively. I think you got to build from the inside out, especially on the D line. So Kenny Clark will do a job for us. Hopefully we'll get Overshown back, mid-season. But for night one, I think we have something to prove. We're hungry. And I think we come out and at least keep the game close.
Yeah, absolutely. Just touching base on Kenny Clark. What what better game to come in to with Saquon Barkley on the other side? Really proving your point that you're getting your worth for trading for me. So it's a great game for him to show Cowboys Nation like, hey, I'm here to help. Uh, it's not his fault he got traded, right? So we got Micah, got rid of him. Boom, we get Kenny Clark in two first. It's not his fault. So I'm rooting for this guy. I hope he gives us a great juice, some leadership, and honestly stops the run. So yeah.
That's all we need. And like a couple other things on the defensive side of the ball while we're on that is like we get Diggs back. He's suiting up tonight. He's playing. That's a lot earlier than expected. Like we were expecting him to come back, 4 or 5 earliest, week 4 or 5. And being back now, granted, he's probably going to be a little slow to game pace, hasn't played in a long time, but I mean, you want your best guys out there. He's one of our best guys. He gives us one of our best chances. Deron Bland, we got some dudes. So I think we're going to show that we're hungry. We're going to come out. We're going to punch them in the mouth. Granted, they're still the Super Bowl champs, right? Give them the respect. Like we got to ball out. They got Saquon, who's just an absolute dog. But if if you look in our past, like I've watched enough Cowboys games versus Saquon. Granted, he was playing for a different
On
team,
Giants, yeah.
right? Bad offensive line and stuff to support him, but we've generally done pretty well stopping him. I mean, when you go into the game, you know he's 1A. You got to stop him. You know what I mean? Like he's your number one key. You control Saquon, you got a chance. And I think we control him tonight. I do. I think he probably gets over 100 yards because of the total amount of touches, rushes he gets. But I
Mhm.
think we got to truly like watch the game, break it down. Are we going to be able to actually limit his big plays?
Yeah,
Make them sustain it, make them drive down the field. I'm also still not 100% sold on obviously good quarterback. Would not say he's bad quarterback, but I think Jalen Hurts has to beat us through the air.
bang. And just to piggyback on that, I was going to say, you stop Saquon, and if Jalen Hurts goes for 300 and completes 90% of his passes, then I'm fine with that. Because if he beats us, that's fine. Saquon goes for 250 and 3 touchdowns, then I'll turn the TV off.
Well, yeah,
Um,
like you
yeah,
said on that real quick, sorry to jump in, but like Saquon, if that opens up their entire game plan, like if you don't stop him right away, that's what makes Jalen Hurts look better. Like, right, he's easily playing off play action. Then he's got AJ Brown and he's got Smith running those underneath routes. Um, I'm drawing a blank on the name. They just went and got another receiver from Washington that was,
Mechie. Oh,
or
John Mechie too.
and Mechie too from Houston in a late trade. So they got receiving guys. You know what I mean? They
Oh,
got options.
Dotson.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson. So like they're gonna have dudes to throw the ball to, but like we said, we
Hmm.
have to limit the run, make it a one-dimensional game, make them air raid, and I like our chances.
Oh yeah. Just let's transition to the offense. What do you feel Dak's gonna do? Especially with the new weapon with Pickens. I mean, I expect a big game out of Pickens. Just throw this out to the fans. I think he's like plus 240 to plus 270 on a touchdown tonight, and I think that is crazy to me. It's an outlandish line. I think he scores one tonight.
You do. So you think it's on a big play, or you think we're hitting him just for a touchdown to get him? I mean, anywhere. You're just taking him anytime.
I would say I'm taking him anytime TD. I mean, I can see it being a 60 yarder, and I can see it being a 35-yard fade. Like
Right.
I think he's going to score. I mean, all eyes are on CD tonight, right?
Right.
You
Right.
shut him down, and then where's your next option? We didn't have that in the past. Now we have Pickens on the other side. And what I like, this red zone area, that 20 and in, we got Ferguson, man. That is Dak's go-to in the red zone, and I feel like he is another one that is something to look out for. He's like plus 330, 3 to 400 on a TD.
Yeah, they're kind of doing us dirty on the lines. I was just checking those out too before we came on, and like, did they expect us not to score? Because they didn't really give anybody good odds. Like, I mean, I agree with you. I think offensively, we made a huge acquisition with Pickens. We have CD still. We got Ferguson as like reliable. I always like to say old reliable, like Jason
Oh,
Witten was,
reliable.
but
Jason Witten.
like we have guys there too. I think offensively, where our biggest challenge is going to be is how I don't even necessarily care how they play tonight. I mean, I want them to succeed,
Yes,
but
exactly.
I want to see
Show me
how
you can compete.
compete as a team, and I'm even breaking it down more offensively. I want to see how we establish the running backs, how we use the running backs, and how our running game looks. Because I think, like you said a little bit ago, I think Dak comes out with a vengeance this year. I do. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. People were kind of counting us out. Maybe people are looking like, okay, this is your last shot at being
Hmm.
America's team's franchise quarterback, because it is his 10th year, which is absolutely crazy.
Flew
But
by. It's crazy.
it's crazy. But I like where we're at. I've kind of grown to these last couple weeks since we last talked, because remember I came in not confident, like this is not a
Hmm.
good game for us. Everybody I've talked to, all the research and stuff I looked at, and getting ready for this game, and the trades that we've made both to acquire and to get rid of, I like where we're at. Like I think we have a chip on our shoulder. I think it's a new time, new era. Now, does that mean we win tonight? I'd love to say yes. If not, like I just said, I think we just have to prove we compete, and then establish some of the smaller things offensively and defensively. Just kind of a idea of what our game plan is and what kind of team we're going to be.
Yeah. I mean, we've all heard it before. You got that high school coach. What do we have to lose? They have everything to lose. What do we have to lose? I mean, no one expects us to really go in there and win besides Cowboys Nation, right? So, I mean, you got all the analysts against you. You got all the whole country against you. So why not and just go shock them, right?
Right. Well,
So,
and we're getting the game at Philly out of the way on night one. Like, there's nothing
yeah,
worse than heading
absolutely.
there in
Yeah.
week 14, 15. You're like, I don't
When
want
you
to
really
play.
need a win.
Right. Right.
Uh-huh.
So
Um, let's let's go into your favorite prop tonight. What's your favorite prop tonight, Austin?
I'm taking, you know, I saw really um, poor, I think, call it by the books lines on like Javonte Williams, even to rush for like 30 yards. And in today's NFL, I mean, 30 yards isn't a ton. You can run, they could run him as our number one back 20 times. So, I mean,
You like that? You like
I
30
do.
plus?
And last time I checked it,
It was
um,
like probably plus something then.
yeah, it was like plus 115, which again, not a huge gain. You know, you'd have to throw serious bones at it to win something big. But if you're just looking for a quick win, I'm taking Javonte Williams 30 plus yards. I even have a parlay tonight on a couple things. I think I have CD Lamb with 9 receptions. I know that's different than what you saw because you like Pickens tonight and you think
Hmm.
CD maybe gets, doubled or kind of just gets all the watch from the defense.
Nine?
But
Yeah, that's a
that's a
lot. I mean,
lot. I know.
that's got to be plus three maybe.
Right. It was, yeah, 350, I think, plus
Yeah,
350. So that's a lot of receptions. But like I said, I think we come out offense clicking. Like I see this game as a shootout.
I
You know what I
really
mean?
do. Yeah,
I think Eagles do score too, but I think it's through the air and it's like you said, we just, tip our cap to say, hey, if this is what you have to do and you're doing it, that's fine. We'll live with that. But I think it's a shootout and I'm liking our chances.
Um, my prop I'm gonna say is I like Dak 225 plus in the air. Something simple. I think it was minus 180 something. Which I think is still a great line for 225 because I feel like we're gonna throw it around. And I guess my one thing is for the ground game, I would love to see Blue out there. Didn't see a line for him, so that just makes me nervous to see whether or not or how shoddy he establishes the run and what backs are getting the ball. So I guess I think that's why the line is crazy for him because they don't even know if he's really going to be our RB1 come week 4, week 5. You know?
Right. Well, and like you say with Blue, like and the weird thing about the books lines, like when you don't see people even offered, are they even going to get on the field? Because like they know
Yeah.
stuff. It always seems like they have some inside information, or like
Oh, for sure.
you'll see a certain line just jump up, like the money line or not the money line necessarily, but like just on different um areas where it'll shoot up like from
Yeah, it can
minus
shift.
100 to
Hmm.
plus 100. Okay, they know something we don't. They have an extra
Hmm.
injury report. Um, but no, week one, night one, I think there's a lot to be learned. You know what I mean? All the way around. Like even the books are guessing. They have nothing to fall back on. It's a new season. I mean, we could come out, we could be looking like the best team in the NFL after tonight because we're the only game on and people are gonna react to it. Or the
Yeah,
Eagles
they're
could come
always going to
out and they
react.
could look like they aren't right. And that's what I mean. And the Eagles are gonna come out and if they don't play well, which I hope they don't, you know, you'll hear on next morning TV that the Eagles are not repeating after 1 week,
Yeah,
and we have no idea. So
yeah.
it's
That's
exciting
what I'm
though for
saying.
sure. Like I'm just amped.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to react. It's the Cowboys, right? Every news anchor is not even going to talk about all the other 15, 16 games going on Sunday. They're going to talk about how the Cowboys either blew it or they won because they really aren't that good. Uh, let's get into this final one. Let's keep it short and sweet. It's game day. Want to just get one out to the fans. I want an impact player on defense and offensively that is going to change the game whether we win or lose.
So my or impact player on offense, I still I'm gonna go with Ferguson. We talked about him a little bit briefly. I know with our big acquisitions and having CD Lamb still as wide receiver one and now Pickens, I think the defense is going to bracket coverage us a little bit and play a little deeper, especially now that we have two options. They're going to have, two high safeties over the top of both those guys. So I see Ferguson having a heck of a night from the, 0 to 10 yard mark every single time we drop back to pass. I think he's going to find those soft spots in the zones. Continue to just be the move the chain guy. So I think he's a big big time player to watch for tonight, and especially when it comes down to those big downs, in big games like this, like where you got to convert on 3rd and 6. I say watch for him on those big time plays instead of our big name guys. I think they break through on those first, second downs and keep us going. But I think Ferguson goes and gets us big time plays when we need it on those critical third and longs or third and mediums. Who's your offensive guy?
My offensive guy, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I forgot we have him." But I'm going Turpin, man. Turpin getting us in good field position, not having to, work our way from the 15 and up or a touchback at the 20, whatever it is. He gives us good 30, 35, 40-yard field position, and he can break one whenever. He gets across the field. I feel that's going to be easy for us to work with, open up the playbook. I feel like Turpin could be a guy that, it's 3rd and 13, and you just, you need to take a shot, and he beats the secondary. So I feel like Turpin's a guy to watch out for tonight. And then defensively, I'm going to go Diggs. I know there's been some drama with him this offseason, but I feel like he just needs to, you know, tighten it up, put on the chin strap, and I think it's time to go. I mean, he's heard all the stuff, and he hasn't played in a year, so I mean, toward the ACL.
Right.
So I feel like this
So
is the
with
best game to
Dig,
prove your stuff.
right, with Diggs, my question for you then, what does a good Diggs night look like tonight? Like, obviously, an interception would be, icing on the cake,
Hmm.
but like, do you just want to see him limit big plays? Is it just contain AJ or Devontae, or what are you looking for on that?
No one's going to play perfect. We know that, right? But a perfect game for Diggs tonight, in my eyes, is an interception, tackling. Make sure he tackle. He doesn't like to tackle, so if he gets 5 tackles tonight, 5 tackles and interception, and I really want him to mirror AJ Brown tonight, which is kind of tough coming off an ACL. But if he mirrors AJ Brown, I would have mad respect for him for that. And I say 70 or less yards.
Yeah. And I think that keeps us in the game. You know what I mean? 70 or less. Like you said, he does, I mean, he shadows if he can. He just limits big plays. And I wonder, coming back from the injury real quick, uh, is he a little more cautious, on double routes and stuff, or does he still go back to the digs that we know, which made him very solid his first year, but then also has hurt him maybe in the last couple of years or last year where he was just biting on everything, going for the big play. So I'm interested to see how he comes back from that injury, how he plays it. But no, I love that pick of Diggs. So I'm going to leave you with I don't have necessarily a guy, but I want to see our D line. I think our
Okay.
D line has to control the line of scrimmage, as in you just can't get pushed back by the mammoth of men that the Eagles have on the offensive line. Like, that's also what makes them them. They're definitely top tier in the NFL. I mean, with Lane Johnson and Mailata, and they just have dudes, Eric Dickerson. Um, their names. And a lot of times, if you know the NFL lineman names, that means they're pretty big time. You know what I mean? So I think our D
Hmm.
line is my key to the game defensively, who kind of breaks through. And I think we hold our own. And I think we shuffle guys in and out of there more than we have in the past. We've been a little bit reliant on Micah, and D-Law, and I know he's gone. But I just think not having to rely on big names and playing all of our guys that are ready for this moment is going to help us out tonight.
Yeah. Just to touch base before we wrap it up here. Like, I've been there, like with Dig injury. I mean, it's a mental thing. And, I hate, he's a professional though. I'm not. So, I mean, obviously it's a feel thing first, then you get in your rhythm. But I'm hoping by the first quarter he's like, okay, I'm back, like I'm good, and I don't know. Hopefully it's comes out in our favor tonight. But 8.5 is a lot of points, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the 8.5 for sure. We'll both be watching. Um, Continue to join us on this, podcast. We'll be back Sunday night, wrap up the entire NFL week. We'll recap this big win, is what I'm going to say, after tonight's game against the Eagles. And then we'll look forward to week 2 and beyond with, your favorite co-hosts and on the How About Them Podboys show. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around.